Essay, you love the chalk. Tell me this. Which team in the Final Four are you highest on at this moment?
At this moment, I don't think anybody could be higher than Duke. I mean, Duke looks dominant. Cooper Flagg is something special. Of course, this cat Proctor can really, really shoot the basketball. The way they're being coached, to succeed Mike Krzyzewski and to have a Duke program looking as dominant as they look. You'd expect that when Coach K is in the house. You don't expect that, even though Schreier's a damn good coach, he's proven to be even better than advertised, than anticipated, and major props to him. I like what I'm seeing from Auburn with Broome. I like what I'm seeing from Florida, even though their competition, they've been in a few tough matchups and what have you. And Houston is just an elite physical defense. We get all of that. And we know that anything can happen with the madness of March, but I'm looking at Duke right now. They're just head and shoulders above everybody else right now. They're a juggernaut. They can beat you any way you ask them to. You want to get physical, fine. You want to be up-tempo, fine. You want to slow it down, fine. And we got a cat that's a freshman that may be the best player in the country. This brother Cooper Flagg is special, y'all. Make no mistake about it. And that's why I look at Duke right now. They're clearly the team to beat.
Coach?
Look, Stephen A., hard to argue with you, man. I mean, it's hard to argue. Duke defensively, what they did at Alabama was incredible. But there was a team that was number one in the country for 8 weeks. They were number one in the country for 8 weeks. They won the SEC, the best conference in maybe the history of college basketball. And then they lost their edge because they didn't have anything to play for. And it took them a while to get that edge back. And then Chad Baker-Mazar got thrown out of the Alabama game, and they kind of lost their way. All of a sudden, Janai Broome. He came out of the tunnel. He went into the tunnel. He came out of the tunnel. Knocked down that big three. I was in Madison Square Garden, Stephen A., when Willis made that elbow jumper. I was in there. I was the last row. Madison Square Garden, they're boxes now. Right there, back in the old day, they were just seats back there. I watched Willis come in. I watched Janai Broome come in. I see this Auburn team, they got their edge back. And they got kind of a cause, and things are kind of lining up.
So what are you saying? You saying that Auburn is the number one team to beat in the Final Four?
They're the most volatile team in the Final Four, but they're the most dangerous team because when they straddle the line, Stephen A., I don't mean cross it like Chad Baker-Mazar. He crosses it, he's getting thrown out. But when they straddle the line, they can beat and they can win a national championship. And there's something lining up for this Auburn team. Old, tough, experienced, can defend. They got a low-post player. Any one of these teams can win it all. But I'm just saying, certain things are happening. Broome comes back. He's playing big. Mazar's playing well. I kind of like this Bruce Pearl.
Sounds like you're feeling the vibe. Sounds like you are. Shea, where are you on this?
Coach, I'm going to have to disagree, and I hate disagreeing with you when it comes to college basketball, but I'm going to have to lean Stephen A.'s way. Cooper Flagg, for me, guys, I'm like, hold on. How good is this kid? He's from Maine. Maine? Come on, man. He can't be that good. No, and Stephen A., he's better than advertised because he can do it all.
He can do it all.
He can finish at the rim. He can shoot the ball. He'll rebound. He can facilitate. And you got Proctor. You got Keifel. They got three guys that on any given night can take the game completely over. We saw Proctor do it when he hit those, 7, 8 threes in one game. We know Cooper Flagg. He's going to be player. I believe he'll be player of the year. And John Shire has these guys playing extremely well. Only a second year as a head coach, and he already has Duke where Duke normally is when Coach K was there, is that in the Final Four with a chance to win it all. I believe this is the team that you have to beat. Now, obviously, Houston played well, and Houston's been good. They've been number one. The Gators have played well. But if you ask me and you say, okay, you got to put some money that means something to you, I'm going to take the Duke Blue Devils. And it pains me, and everybody knows, it pains me to say that. But they look the best of any team that's played in the tournament this year.
Well, I know this much. You better put some more bass in your voice when you agreeing with me. See, that's what this is about. This ain't about Duke paying you because of Duke. This is about paying you to agree with me. But you go say it with that damn big chest of yours, Shannon, that you agree with Stephen A. That's what we gonna do today. You ain't gonna start off Monday being all monotone because you agree with your boy.
No, it's Duke. Man, everybody knows I can't beat. Man, look here. It's
I'm
Duke.
with you, Shannon.
If you like the Tar Heels, you can't like Duke.
Ain't about like Duke.
I'm with you, Shannon.
Greatness.
Shannon, I don't like Duke either. Don't worry about it, buddy. Go ahead, Coach.
Kelvin Sampson has a little say in this thing. They might be the toughest, most physical team in this tournament. And by the way,
can I say this, Coach? Can I say this to you, Coach? Listen, Kelvin Sampson, if you're watching, You've done a spectacular job at Houston overseeing that program. Nothing but love for you, Coach. But if there's one team I'm rooting for, it's Houston. I'm rooting against, I'm sorry. It is Houston. I am rooting against Houston. Let me tell you why. Because their defense is so big time and they're so physical, they can make games ugly. I don't want to see an ugly Final Four. I want to see up and down, fellas. I want to see a track meet. I want to see cats going at one another. I don't want to see Houston. The defense is elite, okay? And they will get up in you. But that's not what I want to see for a national championship. I don't want a 65-60 score. I don't want that. I want 100 to 90. I want 100 to 95 or something like that. That's what I want.
Florida and Duke.
Coach, let me ask you this. 4 1 seeds in the Final Four. Do you like this? Is this good or bad for college hoops?
I think it's good. We want good on good. Like, everyone talking about the tournament. This thing drives me crazy. Everyone talking, well, we need Cinderella. We need Cinderella. We need Cinderella. Yeah, you can get Cinderella in the first round. Eventually, when you get to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8, it's pretty chalky. But these 4 teams have been at the top of college basketball all season long. Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston have dominated the game. Each one of them had a little bit of a detour, but they got back on track. These have been the most dominant teams. I want to see good on good. Like when I coached, I wanted my best players against my second best players. I wanted them to beat the crap out of each other. I want to see elite players and elite teams play against each other to hang a banner. This Final Four will be epic. And the last time it was for number 1 seeds, it was in San Antonio also. So a little bit of conspiracy going on.
I agree, Coach. It seems like the selection committee got it correct.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody had a whole lot of problems with the exception of North Carolina getting into the tournament. I don't think anybody had a problem with number 1 seeds. I don't think anybody had a problem with where they were going to be, the region that they were going to represent. And when you get 4 number 1 seeds, and as you mentioned, Coach, at one point in time, all these guys have been number 1 overall. So this is what you expected. The 4 best teams playing for an opportunity to cut down the nets in San Antonio. I don't have a problem with it either. I mean, look, we all love Cinderella. We love the big upset. And as you go along, a 2 seed getting knocked off, the 1 seed is getting knocked off by the 8 seed. Yeah, we like that. But it doesn't happen all the time. And when it doesn't, we can't say, well, they need to change this, they need to change that. Because you didn't change anything when they were knocking off the number 1 seeds and the number 2 seeds. You didn't change anything. So sometimes I think there's an overreaction to when we get the chalk, when we get number 1 seeds advancing, but I don't have a problem with it.
Well, I love it personally, and here's the reason why. For all the things that Coach articulated, you appreciate the athletes in college basketball. You certainly appreciate the Cinderella stories. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. That's what makes March so special, because of those one shining moments that we're talking about and the upsets that happen. But when it comes down to the championship round, you want the creme de la creme. You want the number 1 seeds. You want the people that everybody's been saying, yo, this team is the team to beat. Oh, really? Well, it's 4 y'all. Who gonna close the door? Yeah. That's what you want to see. That's what we have in this Final Four.
You got box office.
We got it. No question about it.
Cinderella turned into a pumpkin this year. Hey, Coach, I hear you've been crushing it in your bracket this year. In case anyone cares, I dominated Stephen A. once again, consistent and on brand. But you're in the 91st percentile on ESPN.
Kind of pump and fake my way through life.
You passed
Michigan State and Tennessee let me down yesterday. I mean,
when did that happen?
I mean, come on now. Every once in a while, Molly. I mean, they don't call me an expert for anything, for nothing. You know what I mean? I just try to educate America. You know what I mean? That's my job. Educate America.
It's unbelievable.
Well, you know what? And I appreciate that, Coach. You give the education. Damn it, you should be. And first of all, I mean, I don't know. I was waiting up to bring you cookies and milk, like you deserve to be celebrated for that. You don't miss any damn games. You watch every game under the sun. Okay. We're calling you to
just
be
let him have his moment.
Country.
Don't get defensive.
I'm not getting defensive.
Oh, you are.
I'm simply making the point.
Yeah.
His greatness is expected. As Shannon would say, act like you've been there before. Act like you've been there before. You know what I'm saying? That's
goodness.
So. That's what he does. That's all I'm saying.
My Huskies killing it in the women's bracket so far.
Shannon,
I told you we should have taken the bet. Paige Bueckers went off against Oklahoma, dropping a career-high 40 points to lead UConn to the Elite 8. Shannon, I mean, what'd you think of this? You know about greatness.
I mean, to go on a 19-0 run by herself. We've seen teams go on runs and they go 15, 20, 25 to nothing. But we've never seen an individual go on a run by herself. And Coach Gino was talking about it. Hey, I just wanted to shoot the ball. She's open, shoot it. And boy, did she. She's special. 40 points, but she knows in order to be really in that elite group, because all the elite women, Molly, you know this better than anybody. It started with Rebecca Lobo and Sue Bird and Taurasi and Charles and Maya Moore and Stewie and all those great. You need that title. She's an historic. She's player of the year. She's been an All-American. She's been everything. She's missing the one thing, and she gets that. Now she gets to stand and sit in that room with all those elite players that have won All-Americans, been national champions, and been a great player at UConn. Yeah. Paige Bueckers was sensational. One of the best games you will see in a very, very long time.
One thing's for sure, she wants it.
She is special. She's spectacular. And this is what I love about her. And I love it when stars act like stars when it's called upon for them to be stars. It's the Elite Eight. You're chasing that elusive championship. We know what your game entails. We know the skill set, but we also know that we lost Juju Watkins. I'm sorry. Juju, I was getting ready to say Juju Smith. Oh my God. They're Juju Watkins, right? We know we lost her to the injury. And what I'm saying is to know that and to go out there and you're still that name. And you go out there and you perform like that, that's somebody that's embracing the light.